channel. I thought I'd try something different today. And let me know in the comment section below if you like this video. I'm going to ask you again later on. But yeah, I thought a top 10 GOAT format staples. So, I just want to start off by saying this is my opinion. You might have a different opinion. I want to hear your opinion. If you let me know down below what do you think of your top 10 GOAT format staples, let me know. So, these are not in any specific order. Maybe the first one is that I put as number 1, but not really any specific order. And yeah, I've just looked at like a broad range because every deck is different. So, but yeah, these are the top 10 GOAT format cards that I believe everyone should own or should have at least 1 or 2 copies of, depending if they're limited or banned. Anyway, let's get into this. So, for number 10, I thought should be Nobleman of Crossout. Nobleman of Crossout is in flipping every deck. The card is so good. It's limited to 2. It's disgusting. Yeah, everyone has this card, and mainly in the meta, as speaking now, there's a lot of definitely Chaos Warriors, but a lot of Chaos Control and Chaos Turbo, and they set their spies, they set their fates. This card comes in clutch. I believe it is very much a staple in all decks. So yeah, this takes us now. So let me know, what do you think? Once again, no particular order. This is just me throwing them in. Just going on to number 9, I believe that the Trinity is a staple. I could have put them in as 987 or 123 or however I wanted to do it, but I thought, you know what? Every deck has the Trinity. Delinquent Duo now, a lot of the time is being taken out of decks and putting into their extra side deck, whatever you call it. Yeah, so Delinquent Duo is being put in and taken out, but yes, I would say that the Trinity is definitely a staple in GOAT format. Every deck would have at least a Pot of Greed, a Graceful Charity. Yeah, they're broken. And that, I mean, it's an easy one. So let's go on to number 8. So number 8, Magician of Faith. So this card, once again, isn't played in every deck. However, I believe it is a staple in GOAT format. If you're starting GOAT format or you're a hardcore player, you've definitely used this card. This card is in a lot of decks, and for good reason. Select 1 magic card from your graveyard and return it to your hand. Busted. Busted, busted, busted. Yeah, so let's move on to number 7. Number 7, the first trap card on the list. I was thinking about all the different staples I could have put in for different traps, and they may come in the next ones, but I've seen that Ring of Destruction is definitely used more than the other traps throughout the GOAT format metas. I've seen people take out Mirror Force and Torrential and Call of the Haunted, but Ring of Destruction has stayed very strong within the list, and the reason being is it's a game-winning card, or a draw-winning card. The card is ridiculous, and for good reason. Destroy 1 face-up monster and inflict damage to both players equal to its attack. Very, very good card. So let's move on to number 6. 6 is Sinister Serpent. During your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard, return it to your hand. This card is busted, and that is why this card got in errata. They changed the effect. This card is very much a staple because this card can save you from just getting a beating, because you get it back every turn. You can set it, or you can use it with other cards. You can discard this with Charity. Such a busted card. Beautiful. Definitely had to be on this list in my opinion. So yeah, this is my number 6, but once again in no particular order. So we're going to head to number 5. Number 5, Snatch Steal. This card was taken out briefly in the meta, and it just came straight back in. This card is stupid. This card can steal you the game, steal your opponent's BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, you name it, whatever. This card is so good. And whenever I'm playing, and I always do a big play combo, I'm just like, oh, they got Snatch Steal, and what do you know? They have Snatch Steal, and they end up like stealing the game from me. Very, 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 very good card. Love it. Probably one of my most favorite cards in the game. Yeah, love it. So let's head to number 4. Number 4 is Sangan. Sangan might have been overlooked by everyone, but I have certainly felt that Sangan is very much a staple in GOAT format. This card is obviously limited to 1. Witch of the Black Forest was banned. But yeah, Sangan, insane card, can get you whatever you want. Generally, it always depends on the deck, but generally you get Sinister Serpent with Sangan. Yeah, very, very nice little monster. Yeah, very much a staple. Can get you DD Warrior Lady, Sinister, Exile Force, just to name a few. It's probably the best searcher of your deck that you can get. Number 3, Mirror Force. So Mirror Force is a staple. Card's busted. There's no better feeling than your opponent getting very aggro and just trying to hit you with 2-3 monsters and you just wipe their board. This card, however, like I said, is come and gone throughout the format, and people have started substituting in Raigeki breaks and so on and so forth in their decks. However, in my opinion, this has been more of a staple for much longer, and a lot of new players tend to put this in their deck. I think it's a very, very good card for obvious reasons, and this is why I've chosen it to be in my top 10. So let's head on to the second place. Second place, well, yeah, my second here is Tribe-Infecting Virus. Once again, guys, not in any particular order. So I think Tribe-Infecting Virus is, yeah, it's wow, so good, and even more so relevant now that Chaos Turbo and Chaos Warriors are just, you know, such a big playing playstyle at the moment, and those decks are just featuring in almost every tournament. And to be able to wipe out spellcasters or wipe out warriors with just this card, unreal. And this obviously with your Sinister Serpent, amazing, absolutely amazing. So for that reason, it's made my top 10. And before we get to the number 1, I thought I'd just name some honorable mentions. So some honorable mentions. These are the top 4 that I just had at the top of my head. Metamorphosis, Royal Decree, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, and Chaos Sorcerer. Metamorphosis, definitely a staple. However, it's obviously mainly for control decks, and there's a lot of decks. I didn't really want to say it's a staple because it's a staple in certain decks. That statement I just said can be used for obviously every other card on the list, but I thought that Metamorphosis is very specific for the build you want to make. Royal Decree, I think, is very much a staple in your extra side deck. Mainly because trap burn decks are such a problem, as well as warrior decks. Royal Decree just stops warriors, traps, and burn cards like you cannot believe. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, very good against anything that runs chaos monsters. The card is broken and it's a nice 1/8. Yeah, it was very much a staple in mains, and then it's going to sides, extras, and it comes and goes, but that's why I've kept it in an honorable mention. Chaos Sorcerer, I needed to add it to the list. That big boy, very much a staple in chaos decks, and I would say a staple in the meta, but it just, once again, depends on your meta, depends on your locals, depends where you're playing, but I felt that it needs to be a staple. Another one that I didn't add as an image is MST, Mystical Space Typhoon. Very much a staple, but it comes and goes. People tend to play it, not play it. But yeah, that's just another honorable mention. And before I get to the top spot, guys, please like and subscribe below. I'd really appreciate it. I really enjoy making this content for you, and that like and sub just, you know, gives me those endorphins to keep on making these videos. And the number 1 spot, I don't know if you guessed it, you probably have, it is Exarion Universe, right? This card is busted. No, I'm joking, guys. This card is 100% illegal and not GOAT friendly. This is not GOAT format, guys. Exarion Universe, I need to tell you again, for whoever doesn't know this, it's probably been drilled into you 1,000 times, and I don't know if the debate's alive or dead, but this card is not GOAT legal, and yeah, it is not the number 1 spot. The real number 1 spot is, drumroll, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. This card is basically in every single GOAT format deck. This card is unreal, and for good reason. This card, not only is it the most iconic like artwork for Goat format, in my opinion. The card is a 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense. It can attack twice if it destroys a monster, or it can banish a monster. This card is so stupid, and getting it out by just banishing a Dark and the Light, very easy. So yeah, this is my, like I said, this will definitely be my top choice as the most staple card in Goat format, other than the Trinity. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Did I leave anything out? Do you think something else is a staple? Would you enjoy me doing another one of these videos again? I'm very happy to do maybe like the top 10 Goat format cards, or you know, the top 10 underrated Goat format cards, something along those lines. You let me guys know in the comment section below. I've really enjoyed this, and if you've enjoyed this, guys, thank you. I appreciate it, and yeah, have a great time.